Okay, so today we're going to look at Patience by Guns N' Roses. We're going to look at 4 parts that make up the song. We're going to look at the verse, the chorus, the intro solo, and then the outro. We're going to start by going through the chords we're going to need for this song. Okay, so most of these chords we've looked at before, so I'll just go through them relatively quickly. Okay, so for the verse, we're going to need a C major chord. We're going to need a G major chord. We're going to need an A major chord. And we're going to need a D major chord. Okay? In the chorus, it's going to be C again, G again, E minor, and then good old D. And then in the outro section, we're going to introduce a new chord. So we start with a normal D, and the second chord is going to be a D slash F sharp. So a slash chord, basically with a slash chord, the first part is the actual chord you're going to play, so in this case a D, and then the slash is the bass note that we're going to put on top of that. So the slash in this case is an F sharp. So we use our thumb over the top to grab that F sharp note. Okay? And so that is our new chord there, D slash F sharp. And then we've got G. And then at the end we are going to do an F, which we've looked briefly at before. Just a very simple F like that. So those are the chords we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to start by going through the chorus section, because that is the first strum section and is a relatively simple one. So the chord chart you should have, so that is basically we're going to go from C to G, C, E minor, C, G, D. Now one of the features of this song is that we do a lot of melody lines, so we're actually going to do one of those on the D. We're going to take off our middle finger, then we're going to put it back down again, then we're going to put our pinky down, then we're going to take our pinky off, then middle finger off, and then middle finger back down. So we end up creating 2 new chords. We're going to create a D sus2 and a D sus4. But really, just think of it as the melody. You want to hear that melody coming out. And this is really the tough bit of this section, is you're going to go from D, take your middle finger off, middle finger back down, little finger down, little finger off, middle finger off, and then back down again. So if I do that really, really slowly again. And then a bit faster. So that's going to be the hardest bits, and that's just literally just at the end there. Once we've gone through the rest of the sequence, we're just going to go through the D. Okay, so the rest of the chord sequence in the chorus is exactly the same rhythm. It doesn't change. It's just the D that is slightly more interesting. So as I've written down for you, it's down, 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 up. Okay? I said one too many downs. Edit that out. The interesting thing about this song is they expect you, or they play it where they take their whole hand off for that last up strum. Now that's just to add smoothness, but you can actually hear it in the track where so you end up with that noise as you're moving to the next chord. So that's another little thing to add, just to get a bit more of an authentic sound. But basically that's going to be our strumming pattern throughout this whole chorus. It's down, down, down. So it's just, I'll do it again. Okay, remember that last up strum is a completely open strum. So I'll go through it, and I'll just do it nice and slowly to start with. It's down, 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 up. Then we're going to go to G. Same again. Down, 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 up. Then we're going to go back to C. Down, 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 up. And then E minor. Down, 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 up. then C, down, 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 up, G, down, 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 up, and then to our D chord. Okay, so I'll just play through that again nice and slowly. Really hard not to sing along, so I'm holding back as best I can. And now I'll do it at full speed, and I'm going to throw in the D at the end as well, just once through the D. First time you get to the D, you literally just strum the D once and leave it. Okay? Okay, so the first time I'll play through how it goes in the intro. So I'm literally just going to stop on that last D and just do one strum rather than that melody line. Okay, so this is the intro. To whistle as well. That's actively encouraged, a bit of whistling over the intro. So that's how you do in the intro. Now the rest of the time, so we do it 3 other times, 2 actual choruses, and then the 3rd time over the longer solo in the middle. In this section, what we're actually going to do is we're going to, first time we go through, we're going to do the D, and we're going to do it with the melody. And we're then going to do the whole thing again, but this time we're going to do the D with the melody 4 times. Okay? So it's a much, much longer chorus. So I'll go through that. I'll just play it through just at speed, just so you can hear it. So obviously it's most important just to get the basics down first before you try and put it into this much longer section. Okay. And that's the chorus.